Alright guys, welcome back with me with another YouTube video. Okay, so today I'll talking about 10 Sanji's epic fight in One Piece. So, make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do enjoy seeing this anime reviews and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button, and if you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell or you will miss future anime videos. Vinsmoke Sanji is a chef who aspires to find all blue. He is willing to join the Straw Hat Pirates to pursue this goal. In fighting he uses his very strong legs. The fighting technique he got from Zeph, who was a former pirate. Sanji is part of the Vinsmoke family of the Germa Kingdom. He has a bitter past with his family. This made him reluctant to admit that he had a lineage from that family. Instead, he considered Zeph to be his own father. Here's the 10 Sanji's epic fight in One Piece. Sanji vs. Wanza. Wanza is one CP7 agent who is quite strong. On the way to Eni's lobby, Sanji met Wanza in one of the sea train carriages. Because he wanted to save Robin and go to the next carriage, he automatically had to face Wanza. When fighting, Wanza himself made use of food ingredients so that it made Sanji furious. What is unique in this battle is Sanji fighting with his hands armed with 2 knives. Sanji is a person who thinks that a chef's hand is too valuable to be used in battle. Therefore he always uses his 2 feet to knock his enemies down. Wanza is not a strong opponent, so beating him is quite easy for Sanji. He used Parage Shot to defeat Wanza. Parage Shot is a kick technique that can change the structure of a person's face. This battle is peppered with fresh comedies that churn the stomach so that it is fun to enjoy. Sanji vs. Absalom. The battle between Sanji and Absalom was one full of drama. There are several strong reasons that trigger Sanji to fight against Absalom. The first reason was because Absalom had forcibly kidnapped Nami to be his bride. The second reason is that Absalom has crushed his hopes of peeking at women because of the clear fruit that makes him a transparent human. Absalom himself is Moria's subordinate who becomes the general of the zombies. He is a half-lion man with a body of a mixture of wild animals, which is the result of Dr. Hogback. Because he continued to be angry, Sanji was able to kick Absalom's heavy body until he bounced. Unfortunately, Absalom used quite a cunning method because he took advantage of Nami's condition, who was in a coma. He targeted Nami so that it limited Sanji's movements. However, this fight didn't last to the end. Absalom took Nami away and fled from Sanji. Sanji vs. Jin. While still in the Baratie, Sanji had a fierce battle with Jin. This battle was actually unexpected considering Jin's debt of gratitude to Sanji, who had fed him when he was starved. However, Jin, as Don Krieg's right-hand man, could not oppose his captain. Jin uses a tonfa weapon that is shaped like a hammer with high destructive power. Sanji, who had suffered battle wounds after fighting Pearl, lost focus on his fight with Jin. This enabled Jin to launch several fatal attacks on Sanji which crushed his bones. But when he had the opportunity to kill Sanji, who was already lying, he stopped his attack. He could not kill Sanji because Sanji's kindness had helped him. Sanji vs. Virgo. In the Punk Hazard arc, Sanji had a chance to face one of the Doflamingo members who had infiltrated the navy, namely Virgo. At that time, Virgo was killing Tashigi's men and made Tashigi cry for help. At that moment, Sanji came to save Tashigi and his men from Virgo's attack. Virgo is a very strong character, and it can be said that his strength level is above Smoker's. Sanji clashed with Virgo. Unfortunately, Sanji's foot attack didn't do much damage to Virgo. In fact, Sanji had a hard time and would break his leg if he blocked Virgo's powerful kick too often. Unfortunately, the fight lasted only a short time, but I found it quite interesting. Sanji vs. Kurobi. After joining Luffy, his first fight was against one of Arlong's pirate crew, Kurobi. He is one of the Stingray Fishman. His main strength is Gyojin Karate. It was a very powerful fishman technique. At first Sanji was quite optimistic against Kurobi. He believes that his leg technique is much stronger than Kurobi's. However, Sanji made a fatal decision by fighting underwater. He wanted to save Luffy, who was drowning. Unfortunately, it was an advantage for Kurobi to defeat Sanji at full strength. The battle underwater didn't last long. With Sanji's ingenuity, he was finally able to bring Kurobi out of the water. Without much thought, Sanji immediately launched his attack as a form of revenge. He kicked Kurobi from various sides, and as a highlight he took out a Muton shoot which sent Kurobi away. Sanji vs. Vinsmoke Judge. After being separated for a long time, Sanji finally reunited with his family in very hostile conditions. He was forced to marry by his father, Judge, to marry Big Mom's daughter. The judges consider Sanji to be a failed product. Therefore, he could sacrifice Sanji for his ambition to strengthen the Germa kingdom by establishing a relationship with Big Mom. Shortly after meeting Sanji, Judge asked him to have a conversation between men. The judge offered Sanji to use a sword, but Sanji refused. He prefers to fight using his feet. His battle with Judge was witnessed by Germa's troops. Sanji was able to keep up with the judge's fast movements and avoid the judge's spear attack. On the one hand, he is also able to deliver a pretty strong attack even though the attack can still be blocked. The judges are also very impressed with Sanji's development, especially when he finds out that Sanji can use haki. Even though as a child, Sanji was physically very weak. The fight between the two men was won by the judge. Sanji vs Doflamingo. This one battle for Sanji is a fairly short fight as well as a crushing defeat for Sanji. Doflamingo is a very strong figure with the power of his Ito Ito no Mi fruit. It is only natural for Sanji to lose against Doflamingo. But what deserves thumbs up is his courage to attack Doflamingo in order to protect his friends. Sanji put out his best stance when Doflamingo was about to attack his friends on the ship. He uses the Diable Janbei with all his might. However, the attack was blocked by Doflamingo with his robe covered with Bushashoku no Haki. His attacks even earned praise from Doflamingo. Unfortunately, Doflamingo can easily turn things around. Sanji was badly injured after receiving Doflamingo's sharp cut. He also managed to escape after being saved by Law. Although brief, this battle has a very strong impression in my opinion. Sanji vs Page 1. Page 1 is a member of Kaido and is one of the most powerful Flying Six headliners. He is a Zone-type Devil Fruit user, the Spinosaurus Ryu no Mi model. In his Beast mode, Page 1 has extremely tough skin making it his defense. Apart from that, Page 1 also had a brutal attack style. In order to face Page 1, Sanji chose to use Germa 66's raid suit. In fact, Sanji hates anything related to Germa. However, the power of the raid suit has the advantage of reducing physical injuries in battle while increasing its speed in battle. Sanji had made repeated attacks on Page 1 even though their battle was only temporary. However, this fight is very interesting and is one of Sanji's best fights. Sanji vs Bon Clay. One of Sanji's best fights so far is his fight against Bon Clay. Bon Clay is an Okama who is very good at the Okama Kenpo martial arts. Even though he's an Okama, Bon Clay has physical strength that is far above normal. He has a very strong kick that is balanced with Sanji's foot kick. The fight against Bon Clay is quite ridiculous because of his maniacal nature towards women. With the power of his devil fruit, Bon Clay turns himself into a spoiled Nami, which makes Sanji fail to throw a kick. This kept happening over and over again until finally Sanji found an opening to counter Bon Clay. As a final execution step, Sanji released his Vo shoot technique at Bon Clay. The technique is capable of causing an explosive effect from inside the body of the enemy who was hit by the kick. Bon Clay bounced very far and was helpless after taking the hit. Sanji vs Jabra. Sanji's battle with Jabra at Enies lobby is his greatest battle in my opinion. The battle was quite fierce and balanced. In this battle, his Devil's Leg technique or Diable Janbei was shown for the first time. Jabra is a CP9 agent with a strength of more than 2000 Dokuriki and mastering the Rokushiki technique. In addition, he also ate the wolf model Inu Inu no Mi Devil Fruit. Its strength is quite terrifying. Their fight began when Sanji saved Usopp from Jabra's savage attack. He kicked Jabra with all his might so that Usopp could escape. Sanji's difficulty against Jabra is Jabra's very strong Tekai technique. Jabra is the only CP0 capable of moving when using that technique. In addition, Sanji also had to avoid Jabra's ferocious attacks when he turned into a werewolf. The fight ended after Sanji kicked Jabra with his Demon Leg technique. He spun his body with one leg as a support so that it started a very hot fire. After receiving the attack, the part of Jabra's body that had been hit looked like it had been burnt.